Moon Knight.
Okay, man. And so I put up our last two episodes. Our last three
You put
episodes.
up
Sorry.
the last two MP3s? You
Yes.
mean for the people who only
Listen on a fucking podcast.
to our show when they
What
could be
do you
watching
call it
us?
when it's a video?
A podcast.
It's still not a podcast. A podcast is just audio.
It's a show.
Oh, whatever. Who cares? The point is, what the conversation we're having here.
Wait. If you know, please let us know in the comments.
No one lets us know in the comments.
No one ever does.
I made a comment on. You put it up on
100
Reddit.
viewers,
like,
no one bothers.
Because you know what it is? It's people that are like, what the fuck? Oh, fuck this. And then scroll past
pretty
it.
much.
This whole conversation's been more interesting than the last two episodes of fucking Moon Knight. I can tell you, in the last episode of Moon Knight, that it is very clear that... Oh, and sorry, I interrupted myself. I was saying before that
Did you watch the
one from today? No.
Oh.
What the fuck am I gonna miss?
Well, that last episode and today's episode are pretty much one episode.
Yeah, but okay. So I'm putting up the last podcast. I'm like, I've started putting like little fucking like descriptions, and all I really said was we were talking about Moon Knight. The show's garbage, and that's really all I put in for the description.
For the three audio listeners.
That's right, for the three audio listeners that listen to us. But dude, I want to say this somehow coherently. This show feels like it is written by a robot, and what I mean by that is it takes stock in who it thinks you'll care about. So it says, okay, girl character, Layla, I think her name is the wife. I don't remember. Okay, Layla, girl character.
It's not like this is a podcast and I'm supposed to be prepared or something.
Audience interest is dipping. Insert hackneyed story about some past thing to make audience care. So my dad murdered, sadness. And you're like, oh, okay. Audience interest goes up 5 points. And then it's like, audience becoming bored with hackneyed Egyptian story that we're telling so far.
So an algorithm,
Yeah, change story to be something goofy and silly. You know, like some you would find it like what the fuck, like something kind of James Gunnish, like something where it's all going on in his head and maybe he's crazy everything. It feels like an algorithm fucking wrote this show because
basically Mad Libs for Disney.
It just feels directionless. It feels like nobody's at the fucking wheel, and it feels like they're expecting you to go, "Oh my goodness, that's so crazy," when it's stuff that you've seen 100 fucking times before.
Cool.
It's so generic. That's the problem with it. Is it's generic trash.
It's definitely a show where they have some good ideas, but they're like, okay, this was written as a movie, but we put it into a TV show, so we expanded it and we just filled it with crap.
Yeah, with
who cares?
Filler.
We got some writer that'll write for $15 an hour.
And what's interesting too is we just went and saw, and we're going to talk about in another episode, The Northman.
That's coming up.
Ethan Hawke is great in The Northman. I thought he was, every time he was on screen, I cared about his character. I feel like he had a purpose and a direction for his character, for how he was acting. With this, he just seems like he showed up one day and they're like, oh shit, make him the bad guy. He's like, oh, one time I was this Birdman's fucking avatar. Yeah, made me sad. Like he feels like he has no interest in being there.
And it feels disjointed, is what you're getting at, I think.
Disjointed, and everybody is uninterested. Nobody wants to be there.
One could argue that this is supposed to feel disjointed because of the thing between Mark and
Steven. I feel like Oscar Isaac is doing a good job, but I just feel like the other actors, like, think of that scene when they all show. And I haven't watched this latest episode because I don't know. I don't care. But the one where they were all having the conversation at the fucking tea party inside the pyramid. Now I get that all those people are supposed to be avatars of the gods, but you could almost fall asleep with how bored all those people were. Yeah, we're here to talk about Khonshu, and Khonshu shouldn't do stuff. You're like, holy fuck, dude, have some sort of excitement in this story.
Did you get to
No, all I've seen so far is
the
way the last episode ended that I watched was Mark and Steven have met each other inside the loony bin.
Okay.
And they've opened a door and a hippo said, hey.
The hippo CG was good.
Great. It's great CG, but I want that scene to be like, holy shit, that's mind-blowing. And I'm like, okay. I have no vested interest. And that's what makes the show boring.
For sure. I would say these last 2 episodes, the one you didn't watch and the one you just mentioned, are probably the best 2 episodes so far.
Wow.
I feel as that because I feel like that their rapport against each other is doing well.
Mark and Steven or Mark and Hippo?
Mark and Steven.
Okay.
The hippo doesn't matter all too much. It's cool.
I'm not surprised.
But it doesn't matter all too much. In the newest episode, they go into the past and they give the secrets away.
Okay. I feel like. Do you feel like maybe they had no starter and a good ender? You know what I mean? And that's why maybe it'll ramp up by the ending.
I just think they didn't know. It's not even that. It's just exactly what you said. It's like they gave. It's like they had this idea, and then the filler was written by some temp who just like had to fill in some stuff quickly.
I kind of like how Red Letter Media is describing the new season of Picard. He had a great way of describing it. He said it's like the writers are playing the game telephone. Like one guy comes up and writes it down and then tells all of his plot synopsis to the next writer, and then the next writer is like, oh, okay. And he kind of scribbles down the same thing, but the 2 have nothing to do with each other.
He was hardly listening.
Yeah, nothing is following in an episodic fashion. And this show, it kind of feels a little bit like that. Where it's like, oh, okay, oh, shit, we need interest in Layla. Give her a backstory about her dad died.
But I feel like it does have a point-to-point. Like it has a plan.
Continues. Yep.
But it just everything in between is boring.
Yeah, that's where I am with it. It's just nothing is keeping my interest in the show.
This is why I feel like the last 2 episodes have been better than the rest because they have kept my interest. It was like action, or plot development, or secret given.
But see, is it like massive secret? Whatever. Forgotten by the next episode. Ooh, massive secret. Forgotten by the next episode.
It's kind of expected.
We'll see. I have no interest in the show. I will say that. I'll say that all of the Marvel TV shows on a whole so far started great. Really enjoyed WandaVision, dude. I had a ball with WandaVision, and it has been a steady decline. A steady, not steep, but a steady fall downwards. And I don't give a shit for where the Marvel Universe is going.
I think there's 1 episode left. So you have 2 episodes left.
Oh, huzzah.
That's all. You'll be fine.
I will be fine.
Get caught up.
I'll be watching it. How much is left?
Well, next week, we probably won't discuss it next week because we skipped.
Yeah, we'll watch this one and the next one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, next one we record on Monday.
We'll see. And we got nothing more for you.
This episode sponsored by Big Hawk Fruit Punch. So get your hands on a Big Hawk. I'm opening this.
WatchingComplain.com.
This doesn't taste very good.
No. Go watch CanYouTasteIt.com to find out more about our drinks today.
What drink did I drink the most of?
A Big Hawk.